How did you get comfortable with being uncomfortable? I said, Marcella from Norwich, Connecticut. How did you get comfortable with being uncomfortable?
Hear me loud and clear. Suicide, bullying. Today, everybody wants to talk about that. 15 years ago, nobody talked about that. You took it. It was what it was. Oh, well, she said something bad to me. She punked me, so I'm going to keep my head down. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not really a fighter. I'm a lover. I don't really want to go about that. I'm not about that life. So I'm going to just sit here with my head down, and she'll go away eventually. Well, that's not who I am. Was it who I was? Yes. Was I comfortable being there? Yes. I had a childhood bully. She terrified me. She terrified me. She's a big girl known for beating up grown men. I didn't want to fight her. I didn't want to fight her. But then I realized that you're taking something from me. You're taking my power from me. So I learned how to stand up for myself. 3 years ago, she and I had a conversation. We're adults now, so bullying me, well, that's not happening. That's not going down. So I asked her, I said, why? Why did you make my life such hell? What did I do to you? She said, girl, nothing. Honestly, Marcy, you were an easy target. My parents, they were getting divorced. I felt like it was my fault. So I had to let it out somehow, and you were it. I said, damn. But your bullying made me want to commit suicide. I wanted to die. Tears welled up in her eyes. I had no idea. I said, I'm sure you didn't. I'm sure you didn't. But that's what you did to me. And I got an apology. 2 months ago, I got another apology from another girl who, she was a friend when she wanted to be, not so much when she didn't want to be, typical teenage stuff. And she says to me, I apologize for any tears that you ever shed on my behalf because of something that I did to you. And when I say it was like really unkind, bullying kind of behaviors, I mean, I was in 8th grade and this girl would put notes, her and her friends would put notes in my locker, secret little love letters from somebody who, admired me, just to laugh because I was like, oh my God, somebody likes me. I wasn't popular. I didn't have clothes that were popping today. My parents couldn't afford those things because they were trying to keep a roof over our head. So when I got into high school, I struggled. Some days I was on top of the world and I was like, yeah, I got this, I can manage this, I got this day. And other days, I raised hell in Norwich Tech. I was terrible. I'm having a bad day, you're gonna have 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 a bad day. Everybody's gonna have a bad day because I'm having a bad day. Why? Because I was damaged, I was hurt. And hurt people hurt people.
You said what? Hurt people?
Hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. So what did that do for me? It didn't make my grades too good. If it was an overall good semester, I was an A/B student. If I struggled that semester, you'd see maybe a B, maybe an A, if it was English, because I liked English. D in science. Math? Numbers make me cry. Numbers do, they make me cry. So I reached out for help, but I had already done damage with a lot of the teachers that I had. So when I reached out for help, I didn't get the help that I needed. It was more like, we should just pass her along, just get her out of the school, just get her out of the school. One day my mother went into the administrator's office and she said, well, Marcella's in danger of failing for her semester. She's been gone for too long and she's kind of here, she's not, she's late to school every day. Something I still continue to work on, but I was on time today, Mr. Booker. I was on time today. But I struggled with being on time every day. So when they said, she's in danger of failing, my mother looked at them and said, but do you really want to keep her for another year? I walked across that stage, Mom, I made it, Mom, I made it. She was proud, as was I. I finally made it out of high school. But what was next? What was next? Oh, for some people, not for me. I was so ready to be done with school. So then came the question of, who are you? Who am I? Where do I belong in this world? What is my place? What am I here to do? What is my destiny? And then you got people telling you, act your age. Remember, you're not an adult. Grow up. You still have your whole life to live. Remember that you need to be yourself, but you should be more like your sister, more like your brother, uncle, cousin, whoever. How are you supposed to figure out who you are if you have everybody telling you who you should be? So what do? I start working for an EMT, start working at National Hospital, and I found myself being around people like you guys, young people. A lot of them face depression, anxiety. How do we help combat that? Well, they say, well, Marcella, if you want anybody to listen to you and to hear you, you have to go back to school. I said, really? I gotta go back to school? Yeah, you gotta go back to school. So whose office do I march into? That man's office. And he says, Marcella, you gotta get into school. You have to educate yourself. Step out of that comfort zone. Step out of that box. You have to excel in life. And the only way to do that is to open your mind and educate. How do you educate? By becoming educated. So I said, all right, Mr. Booker, all right, I'm gonna go to school. 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 I didn't go to school right then and right there. I wasn't ready for it. 27 years old, I said, I'm ready to go to school. I have to go to school. I wanted to be able to stand in front of young people. So this is me literally living my dream right now. Stand in front of people like you and empower you guys to do something and step outside of that box. And the bullying, the suicide, the anxiety, yeah, it comes with life. But as you go through life, things get a little easier. You learn how to deal with things a little differently. College, yeah, it's a blast. Absolutely. It's not like high school. So this one talking about this one over here, and you're worried about who's dating who. In college, nobody cares. Nobody cares because it's all about excelling in life and doing what's best for you and doing what makes you happy and figuring out where you belong in life. And you have amazing people like Mr. Booker who are literally sitting here pushing you, saying, no, you're gonna win. No, you're gonna excel. No, you're gonna do it. And you're gonna be amazing at it. That is the power of surrounding yourself with people who really care. Stepping outside of that box and seeing, wow, there's a lot more to offer in life than what I've seen, what I've been through. These past 18 years, 17 years, 16 years of my life spent going to school, and you do the structured thing every single day where you wake up, go to school, come home, homework, friends, chilling, parties, whatever it is that you do. College is a totally different ballgame. Is it an amazing experience? Absolutely. Am I learning a lot? Absolutely. My advice to you guys would be don't wait. I waited until I was 27 years old to go back to school. And I kind of wish that I had taken those years in between to focus myself, to be comfortable being uncomfortable, to say it's okay to be adventurous. It's okay to not know what you're doing, but you don't let those stigmas hold you back. You don't let the bullying define who you are today. Is it a part of my life? Yes, it is. Do I still talk to my childhood bully? Yes, I do. Or bullies, I should say. I still do. They've apologized, and they actually helped to inspire me to continue doing what I'm doing today, which is inspiring young people like you. Really, really interesting piece. I had written down some facts. According to NAMI, more than 45% of young adults who stopped attending college because of mental health related reasons did not request accommodations. 50% of them didn't access mental health services and supports either. The concern of stigma is the #1 reason students do not seek help. So when I went back to school at 27, I went to a doctor and I said, hey, I have a really hard time focusing. I literally will read a paragraph 4 times over before I'm actually able to understand the content. He said, oh, you have ADHD. I said, okay, well, can we work with that? He said, sure, we can. Then I went back to him and I said, hey, my college has told me that I can have special accommodations because of this. He told me no. The doctor told me no. How disturbing was that? Obviously, it was very disturbing. I said, but you told me that I have this. I'm diagnosed with this, but you're not going to help me get accommodations for it. That's not acceptable. So for all of these things that these people have told me, that these people have said, I maintain a 3.75 GPA with no accommodations, and I work with the challenges of ADHD. I will seek out the help that I need. If somebody's standing in my way, I will walk around them, because nobody's gonna stop me from achieving my goals and what I need to do. And I say this to each and every one of you. Let no one, let nothing stop you from doing what it is you are destined to do. And if you don't know how to do that, and you don't know where you're going, you identify one thing that you enjoy doing, that you're passionate about, and you ride it into the sunset. Stick with it. And if you're having problems with that, that man back there will absolutely help you figure out where you're going in life. And I say that because he's done it to me. Step out of your box and get comfortable being uncomfortable. Thank you all.